A controversial ad campaign expanding tonight. This billboard featuring an American soldier and a Muslim woman with the hashtag #BeTogether went up over the weekend near New York's Times Square after earlier having been rejected. Plus, there are now TV ads as well. Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom with the story. Trace?
Megan, the product is called Snore Stop, and it claims to keep couples together by ending the snoring. Now, the company claims that the ad campaign features a real U.S. military veteran and his Muslim wife, or is based on them. Now, when the billboard was unveiled in San Diego, a big military town, there was a lot of anger. Even here in Los Angeles, there was significant pushback. And now, after being rejected for at least 4 months by an ad company in New York, there is now a billboard in Times Square just a few miles from ground zero. Now, critics call it a ploy. The company says the campaign is legit, but admits that a little controversy can sell a whole lot of nasal spray. Listen.
I think to start the conversation, you do have to get noticed, but I think the controversy is more generated by the image of these two people and the emotional reaction people have to it, not really the rational reaction. And I feel that those people do not want to see and acknowledge, if not even accept, that this is the reality, in our society today.
Now, the reaction online is pretty evenly split, but those who are angry, especially military families, are livid, including this, quoting, "Have you people lost your minds? Do you even know what soldiers with post-traumatic stress disorder go through on a daily basis? All the progress my husband and many other veterans have made will be wasted by the effect seeing this billboard would do to their mental state." The ads have also run here in Los Angeles on some local television stations, and the company is now hoping, Megan, to put up 20 more billboards across the country, but Florida and Texas have already told the company, no thank you.
Wow. All right, Trace, thank you. Here now with a reaction, our panel. Buck Sexton is national security editor at theblaze.com. Ellison Barber is a writer at the Washington Free Beacon. And Arthur Aidala is a criminal defense attorney and a Fox News legal analyst. And so you heard some of the criticism. I was looking at it myself. Here's some saying, writing to the company, "I saw that you did put in the fine print that it wasn't endorsed by the U.S. Army. That's a given. This commercial needs to stop airing. As a fiance of a U.S. soldier, I don't appreciate this one bit. There's a time and place for things. This is neither the time nor the place." Arthur?
I lost my best friend on September 11th, so I think I'm a little bit sensitive to this issue overall. It doesn't offend me at all, not even a little bit. Kudos to the madmen, right? The Madison Avenue marketers, the advertisers who came up with this. We're talking about this with millions of people watching. They did their job. The commercial itself is kind of not really endorses the product. I mean, I watched it. It just shows the guy spraying it in his mouth and it's over. There's the other commercial for the other snoring aid where he has the Band-Aid on his nose, and at least you see
that
him snoring. No, it's more. It shows you a little bit about the product. But yes, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Here, I showed it to my friend. He goes, "It's stupid. It doesn't tell you anything about snoring."
I didn't really understand what it was all about with the snoring.
Right. It's to get attention, obviously, which it has managed to do. I have no problem with a U.S. soldier depicted as the spouse of a Muslim female in any capacity whatsoever. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm somebody who served in the CIA, been in the field, trusted my life to Muslims at different times in my career, both Muslim Americans and Muslims abroad. So that is not problematic at all, shouldn't be problematic. What I think is a little different, and a distinction that should be made, is that a woman wearing the niqab, the Islamic face veil, that is something that is politicized, is very political. I think it's personally oppressive.
In the billboard.
I'm opposed to that. In the billboard version. Right. The commercial where he's smooching the pretty lady in the morning, no problems there. No problem at all. But the billboard with the face covering, the Islamic face covering is an open debate, and it's one that I have a pretty strong opinion on.
That's the same thing that I have an issue with. I have no problem with them depicting someone who are different religions in a marriage. That's completely fine. And the commercial doesn't bother me because the woman in the commercial is wearing a hijab, but she is wearing a niqab in the billboard, which is not a burqa, but it's the next level of most conservative covering there is. And firstly, I have an issue with that because I think that's a stereotypical depiction of a Muslim woman. There are not very many Muslim women in America that are wearing conservative, right, that are wearing that conservative type of dress. And secondly, like Buck said, that is something that maybe some people wear that because they want to. A lot of women don't. And historically, that is is a type of covering that has been used to suppress and demean women, and I have a problem with an American company showing that on a billboard.
You could just push it to the next level. If somebody had the sort of blue lapis-colored full burqa from Afghanistan, for example, in an ad like that, people would understand that that's problematic.
They're not allowing them to come up, though. Times Square.
Well, now they have.
I was at Times Square last night. I mean, there's basically naked women.
Yeah, I was going to say their standards
all
are
around
so high.
Times Square.
But let's not forget, this is where 9/11 happened.
I know.
It wasn't Muslims. It was radicalized Muslims. But, you know, that's why there's some controversy here.